What is going on, everybody? We're on it. One Piece 643. It's pretty much come to the attention that it was all fabricated from the top down. Now, how top of the top, I don't know. I'm assuming all the way to the top. Doflamingo never really did give up his warlord position. It's so wild, too, because of just how grand the ploy was, the act, the lie. It could have been so much easier to somehow, or maybe not easier, but somehow, if you knew where the Straw Hats were going, like if you knew they were coming to make this trade, like, hey, give up your position, we'll give him this. If you somehow just maybe had it contained to the island of Dressrosa, or had like everybody in on it, but it was like worldwide known of like, Doflamingo steps down, he stepped like everywhere, and then to go back over that again, it's crazy. Now, of course, when you have that kind of influence, that kind of power, and again, there still seems to be a little bit of confusion on my end. Where are we ranking here? Is it the Elders and Celestial Dragons below that? And is that known? Or is what's really real is it is the Elders and it's the Celestial Dragons? Like, that's what the real reality of it is. But the illusion is, and even to the Celestial Dragons is that it's Celestial Dragons and everything else is underneath us. But in reality, like, wink, wink, the Elders, like, we know, it's really the Elders, Celestial Dragons, and everything else. I don't know how that actually ranks. Is it just like Celestial Dragons and like, do not even fuck with it, Elder or not? Or is it really like, yeah, we entertain them, they're like children, but like when push comes to shove, we're the ones really puppeting out here. I don't know how that goes. What Doflamingo's relationship is to a Celestial Dragon kid, adopted kid, abandoned son, I don't know, but he's got somebody or some bodies are looking out for him. We don't really need to cover what Luffy and everybody else is up to. They're in the same situations they've been in for the last like 4 or 5 episodes. Just kind of focusing on this. And then where does, it's not Fushiguro, Fujitora, I forget his name. We'll get it. Even Sakazuki didn't know. They were on the snail spawner, and he was like, yeah, didn't tell me shit. So I'm curious what that does to a man like Sakazuki, who feels like his shit doesn't stink, like he really is him, but it's like, even you don't pull like that. But at the same time, technically, again, I don't know, again, he could be technically still, but if orders are given, orders are given. Is Law himself not still a warlord? Technically? So if he is it right or wrong for Mr. Admiral to step in and side with either side here? Because when we got the reveal that, oh, it was a lie, we put out there that he stepped down, but he didn't really. I was like, oh shit, the Admiral's never been here for Doflamingo the whole time. The whole time it was Doflamingo's forces and the Admiral's forces are here to take out Law and the Straw Hats all at the same time. It's like, wow, they really got us. But he was truly here to like handle some shit. Like, Doflamingo, I'm here to put you down. Law, I'm here to put you down. Like, we're just here to beat ass. Now it's like, oh, we didn't even know. But I guess we'll kind of just hang out. But where does his allegiance lie? Are we helping Doflamingo here? Are we helping Law? Because we're not trying to help the Straw Hats. But if Law has come out and says like, yeah, I'm acting independently, I don't know what they're doing, where does he interfere, if at all? He seems level-headed enough, like an Okaji, like a Saul, like some others that like, I don't just do what I'm told, I don't just bark. But maybe he does. I don't know where his loyalty lies. Because that's really going to depend on what Law is able to do here, because the man's fucked at the moment. If Doflamingo would already be an issue, I don't even know if Law has what it takes to defeat that one-on-one. But you add the Admiral on top of it. I don't even know if like us fully powered up Admiral on top of it. Maybe I'm gassing him up too much, but like, let's say Zoro was here and Luffy was here with Law, and the Admiral and Doflamingo walked up on us and we were to go all out. That might even be a tough get for us, to be honest. So what I'm saying is, if this man sides with Doflamingo and like fully decides to ride with him, Law has 0% chance. If he's just here to be a bystander, maybe. Regardless, it's not good, Bob. It is not good. So this will be the last episode of the week, 643. We'll pick up a 644 next week, and let's see what we get. And he says, my goal is to kill you. The deal's off, but you're in no position to like give commands right now. You're not in a good position. Yes, he is a scientist from the poison gas incident. Yep. Fujitora. Through the draft. Wow. As well as Ryugo. What does that mean? What is he? I don't understand what he is. Oh god. They played the music. They played the music. They played the music. They played the music. He doesn't have enough evidence to make a decision. Oh! Side with us. For the love of God, side with us. I got time. Lost punishment. I don't know if this theme has been just original to Fujitora. Fujitora or but I love it. Kill on sight. Animation change. Animation change. What's happening here? Are we recording? Have I been talking to myself for 7 minutes? Okay. Just say you're not. Just say it, man. We just need to get out of this situation. You can always spin back around. Luffy is not going to care that you lied. Sheath that. Keep your eyes on Doflamingo at the same time, by the way. What the fuck just happened? Where'd it go? Oh. Oh god. Oh god. Animation changed like crazy. Run, bro. Run. Run. What do we do? Slice a piece of the sun off and it's coming back down? That'll take out the whole island, by the way. That'll take out the entire island. Okay. Animation changed like crazy. Holy shiitake mushrooms. What is he doing? What was that comment that Doflamingo said he had? I need to go back and read it. Is this man mentally... Are you telling me, like, guys, I get it. The Mihawk lore, the Mihawk this, Mihawk that, he's 9 inches, yada yada, blah blah blah, all this shit. He's yet to show me feats that some other swordsmen have that I refuse to believe Mihawk is really that dude. I just refuse to believe it. I gotta see it on paper. I gotta see it. Because there's at least like 3 or 4 swordsmen that I'm putting above him. That's just me. Sorry. It just is what it is. Maybe I'm underestimating him. Maybe he really is him. I don't know, man. Mihawk ain't doing that. Maybe he is. Maybe he's not. I don't know. You gotta show me. You gotta show me. Mm-mm-mm. Holy shit. Yeah, we wouldn't stand a chance, in my opinion. Unless Luffy really goes further beyond. We haven't really seen the extent of Zoro's new training and everything. There'd be, if it was, let's say, Law, Luffy, Zoro, even put in Sanji, let's give them an extra body. Those four versus those two? Doflamingo and Fujitora? Nah. I don't think we stand a chance. Because what happens is Luffy and Law need to go deal with him. For real. And then the question is, could Zoro and Sanji deal with Doflamingo? I don't know. Nice. Is it okay? Oh my god. And we cut to take me to this piece of shit. Did they stop at the local McDonald's? What happened? I guess he does need the cola, I guess. There's no way you give me that great epicness. Animation change, which I'm not a fan of. I'm not a fan of that animation style, but it is an animation change. And then you give me this shit. I got Frankie riding around town on his knees and shit. And Luffy again. No idea what is going on. None. I will say, though, I'm the first to shit on Luffy. I'll give this a slight pass. Just because there is a goal at the end of him entering this, and that is, you know, whether you want to call it right or wrong, wrong or right, it's getting aces. Devil's fruit. And I get it. You can say it'd be a waste of time. There's no reason to. There's other ways to honor Ace. He could live through us. But I get it. I'm not going to fault him for that. If he was just in the tournament just because, like, that looks fun. Then it'd be like, okay. But I do need him to kind of lock in. That guy has a toy. Yeah, tell us where it is. Oh, appreciate that. Disguised as a toy house. I think she'll really get killed, by the way, this girl. Killed. Yeah, her life is forfeit at this point. For a man you just met, it's not like you guys were like childhood lovers or grew up together or were estranged marriage or fiancés. I'm gonna break you out of this life, girl. You don't have to live like this ever again. I got you. I'm very worried that, like, he's never gonna find another woman like this. What do we have? Another... Where the hell have you been? How did he get at it? Wasn't he surrounded by like 30 men? With no sword, by the way? Oh, no, he had his swords. I don't know if he'll find another woman like this in another 700 episodes. Quick ass beat. Always got to keep the cigarette lit. Looks like we all got the same information. I want to see what this other swordsman looks like. Clearly, he's got to have a little bit of juice, no? One would think. I still can't get over that craziness from that Admiral. And what's wild is there's there's people in the story that are so much stronger than him still. Where's that grumpy ass old man that was talking all that shit? Come get this work. Oh my god. The bull. Which I'm pretty sure is just a wild bull. How does the bull know to, like, when to show up? The time, what's I don't know. Unless it's a Zoan type person, then maybe. 16 minutes? That was a pretty late cut. Not bad, though. I hope that we revisit that beach scene before the episode ends, because it's going to be a full week until I react again, so I'd like to see a little bit of that. Hopefully. Brutal bull. Okay. It's not a bad gig right there. Kill this and you get to get off death row. I take that. Easy enough. Sounds like it was a murder scene out there. I just hate that, like, we're about to burn half an episode or more of Luffy fighting a bull in a fake mustache in a costume. When I could be watching Fujitora go off. How dare you? How about we just, like, sidestep one tap? We just shave on that man? Did we just, like... I wouldn't be surprised if they become best friends. He ends up riding the bull the rest of the tournament. Oh, we had to gear to it real quick. Nah, they're playing the Slice of Life soundtrack. It's not going to be serious. Yep. I'm curious with you guys, as he's running from this bull. I'm trying to think of the best collection of abilities in the show that one could have up to this point that we've seen. Of course. Hold on. I mean, I had to put the fear of God in him real quick. Was that his doing? Because Luffy almost looked at that bull like... Luffy had a look on his face that somebody else almost did it there. I don't know why Luffy... He had like a moment of... Interesting. He made it seem like that was coming from somewhere else. But I'm assuming that was us. Told you. I knew it. Absolutely knew it. Would not be surprised if he just ends up riding the bull for half of this competition and knocking people out. What do you think's the best collection of powers somebody could have right now? A real good handling of Conqueror's Haki. Being a pretty skilled swordsman with a decent blade. Having a Logia type or pretty strong Devil's Fruit. And then what do you think is a good baseline power to have that like anybody could achieve? You don't need Conquerors, you don't need a Logia, you don't need swordsmanship skills. Is it more like Fishman Karate, but not everybody can learn Fishman Karate? So would it be the CP9 abilities? Being able to shave and airwalk and all that. I'm trying to think, would that be the best collection of abilities? Jesus Christ. Being extremely skilled with the CP9 abilities, like having that shit locked in, shave, point, air walking. A skilled swordsman that also has a very good Devil's Fruit ability and Conqueror's Hockey. Unless there's more to kind of build on, and there will be as we go. I think that may be the best collection of abilities to have this far in the story. There might be more powers and levels to learn as we go, but... Robin. Are we entertaining this? Oh, shit. Really? What is the connection? Can he fall from the sky and land there? Allegedly. Allegedly. Agreed. Robin's saying it. I don't need to say anymore. Agreed. Well, we need you to save the island again. We have a lot going on. Super Descendant. Oh, today of all days. Yeah, look what all that talking shit gets you. Get you 1 foot in, 1 foot out. 1 step forward, 2 step back. Well, hero, go get him. Can't go back on it now, can you? This is how we're going to end the episode. We're pretty deep in, no? Oh, yeah. We're 23 of 24 in. Dang. All right, that's how we end off. Yeah, I want to go back to... that look on Luffy's face, like right when he activated it. It was like almost like he was like, oh. Oh, I guess that was the impression of him like hitting it. When he gave that like dilated pupil look, I'm like... I thought somebody else hit him with some shit. Okay, he's just over there beating ass. And can we go back to our man? Because they zoomed in on him. And they gave this crazy... And what did he say? Hold on, go back. I want to see what he said. Regarding the news about you and the wanted pirates, if you're allying with them, as they say in the news, you're guilty. If they become your subordinates... Ah, okay. And then I'm curious why Law didn't just say, no, they're under me now. Okay, so he said if you're allying with them, you're guilty because public enemy number 1 is the Straw Hats. But if you've brought them up under your wing and you as a warlord are kind of now controlling, fine. Fine. And then the animation change went crazy. What was it that... Fujitora. through the World Military Draft. So what is that? Clearly a World Military Draft. What happened in that process? Did that happen in the 2 years of the time skip of like, hey, you know, we lost a lot. New formation, we're trying to get the best of the best. Apply if you want, filter out, see what you could become. I don't know. What was the term he said though? They say you're a monster who has unquestionable power as well as Ryokugyu. Is that a name for a special blade? Is that a name for a special ability? I don't know. And then the man proceeds to go absolutely insane. And I mean absolutely insane. Jesus. Yeah, pretty ridiculous. He definitely seems to have again, he hasn't been on screen that much as far as being able to like interact with people he's supposed to be capturing. But I've been saying it for a while. He seems to have like an Okaji about him, a Garp about him, but like we don't really talk about Garp anymore. He's lost all respect. Of like, you're Straw Hat Luffy, right? You're wanted. Well, let me have a conversation. Let me really see. He's not like Sakazuki that just shows up, kill, show up, capture, show up, just beat ass. There seems to be a little more like, yeah, I'm a police officer, but like, I don't just show up and shoot. I'm going to investigate. I'm going to see. That's at least my impressions of him. Again, he could be more like bark, bark if given commands, or he could be more, you know, I'm all for justice. Like, I do believe in it. But like Kobe and some of those, like, I know right from wrong, who's good, who's bad. And that's the only thing saving Law right now is that him and Doflamingo aren't blitzing us at the same. They wouldn't even need to blitz us. Law couldn't stop him by him. It's bad. It's bad. But again, Mihawk, no, absolutely not. Pretty good episode though. I mean, I just hate that they gave us like the best chunk of it at the beginning, and then like you're riding that wave of like, come on, give him a little bit more, and they don't give a shit the rest of the way. Not bad though. That was what, 642 or 643? 643. That'll be the last episode for the week. Be a couple days until I get to 644, so I'm curious to see. I mean, the pacing has been fine. I had a couple of you ask, like, what do I think of it so far? I don't know how many episodes we're into this, technically, like 10 or so. They're just ping-ponging. They're hitting every single aspect. The only ones that we're really not catching up with episode after episode is Nami's group back at the ship and Zoro. And then you could sprinkle a Frankie in there as well. But it's like this episode, they swapped out Zoro. They put in Frankie. It's kind of where it is with that. We pull back the swordsman in this episode. So they're really touching on every point. Part of me would want to say I wish they would give an episode to each part. But part of me doesn't want to sit at an episode with each part. I want an episode with each part if it includes this. But I don't want an episode of each part if it includes like whatever Robin and Usopp are going on, whatever Sanji's doing. So it's a give and take. Not bad though. Solid enough episode. This man's going off and we've yet to even really see him do anything. But we'll leave it there and see. Appreciate it, everybody. Like, share, subscribe, and as always,